Hello, this is David, aka Kalelprime.
And this is CobraCommanderTFW, aka Andy.
And for the Teletran 3, the Moonbase 2 crew is taking a look at Submarauder.
Okay, so we're going to have a look at the articulation, bleak as it may be. His arms will rotate all the way around. I'm not going to do that though, because this is Dave's. It would have been nice, I suppose, if they could have added in some elbow articulation just to give the arms a bit more movement to them, and maybe a bit in the wrist as well, but unfortunately they didn't. It was back in the 80s, so what can you expect? Now, we'll move on to the robot. Again, the arms will rotate all the way around. The legs will move outwards and bend at the knee for a crazy sumo pose if you want. And the head will also rotate. Again, pretty standard affair with Pretenders and their articulation. Oh, the arms do also move in like that for the transformation. Pretty bog standard, but oh well.
So as for the aesthetics, how the toy actually looks, as you can see, the primary colours are blue, just in a number of different guises. You've got this sea blue here, which is running across the majority of the figure, and this darker blue for his backpack section. You've got the purple of the belt, and you've got some really nice detailing, as you can see, on the head there, and across the side of the fin, and these sort of green little nodules on both his legs and his arms just really make the shell actually stand out. The one thing that I'd say is, though, is this belt is a real must. Without it, it does look a bit boring, and obviously you can see the grooves of where the belt should be, so it's very important to make sure you've got this. For the actual Submarauder toy himself, not a great deal. The toy is simply just purplish pink, I would say, and again like a bluey green. On the back, it does have some detailing for where you would have perhaps propellers or something like that, but not a great deal of detailing at all. In fact, the only real saving grace of this toy is the stickers, and even the head itself just seems overly large for the actual figure itself. In vehicle mode, again, the colours continue on in exactly the same way. However, though you do have the hint of the cockpit there, and obviously you've got the propellers on the back, the big issue with it is that all the screws are visible in this mode, which kind of just sells it a bit short. It doesn't look that fantastic, in all fairness. It, you know, comes off as very undetailed and just a little bit blah.
Okay, so the transformation is pretty simple. To get the robot out, you simply find the crack in it, which is usually halfway down it, and split it in half. And just remove the shell and take out the little robot, and then you can plug the shell back together and throw it away. And then pull out the arms, and then flip the feet like that. And there's your robot. From there, to get it into its submarine mode, you put the arms back, get the legs and you flip them backwards, push the knees together and flip the feet back like that. And there's your submarine, and then all you do is simply get the crazy gun thing and attach it to either the back hole or the head. One of those two you can choose, but that's the correct way, and that's basically the submarine, and there you go.
Okay, now for the accessories. He comes with 3 accessories, if you don't obviously include his shell. The first is this sword, which has got some actually really nice detailing on it. It's got an almost lightning bolt effect there. The handle is grooved, as is the guard here as well. The blade itself is quite bare, not a great deal to it, but not bad at all. The gun itself, again, not a massive amount of detailing on it, but these bits are obviously grooved here and things like that. And yeah, not a massive amount. The most amount of detailing actually comes on his shield, which, if you look at it that way, it doesn't really look like much. But if you actually look at it that way, it looks like a fish. It's actually got the eyes here and this sort of scaled body leading to the tail, which is quite a nice looking thing, to be honest. And as I say, all of this is to give the impression of a sort of fish scales, which is really, really nice. So those are the accessories that he comes with. You know, a mixed bag. Some are pretty cool, some are a little bit boring, but, you know, what can you expect for a Pretender? So, Andy, final thoughts on the figure. What do you think?
I really like him, but I dislike the robot mode because simply there's nothing much to it, and he looks a lot better in his shell. A lot more detail, a lot more interesting in your display case. even though you can't play with them too much. What about yourself?
I'm completely on board with everything you've just said there. The shell's got so much detailing to it. I love the scaling effect. I love the fish effect on the shield. Everything. The robot is just blah.
Yeah, very.
Problem is, as well, you've got all the screws showing on the back. And, yeah, this suffers from that old school articulation problem of my arms can move.
Yeah.
And effectively, this is a big issue that I have for it. Every single piece of articulation that this robot mode has to do with the transformation. There's no additional. The only thing you could probably say is his head can rotate.
And it's no big whoop.
Yeah, that's it.
It's weird because the head rotation's kind of like sticks as well, doesn't it? It's not a smooth rotation of the head.
It is, that's right. What I would say is that you can go ahead and buy these. Pay, price-wise, no more than, say...
30 quid max.
30 quid, $50.
Yeah.
For a complete one as well.
Unfortunately, you will find a lot with it, just the shell, with missing all the accessories, or you can get the robot on its own. It's very hard to usually find it complete.
And I would say as well, if you're looking for pretenders, I mean, this is for a very niche Transformers collector. I would say don't go out buying these guys if you're into the new stuff, because you'll just be disappointed. If you don't buy these for presents either, these are collection pieces only, really. And if you are going to get one, even if you can't find one complete, make sure he's at least got the belt.
Yeah.
Because that really does cause a few issues with it. But all in all, out of 5, what would you give it?
I'd give it a good 3. Because I like looking at it, but I would not play with it regularly.
I would say, given obviously the timescale that this came out, I would say a 3 as well. Just because I think the shell on its own is really fantastic to look at.
Agreed, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, that does it. And this is Kalelprime saying catch you guys later.
And this is Andy saying see you later, guys.